Hello there, my name's Carlo. Welcome to another tutorial. This one's going to be based around Premiere Pro. At the moment I've got cs6, but I'm just going to do this tutorial on cs5. It's the same sort of thing as cs6 anyway, and what I'm going to be trying to teach you guys is how to import your project and basically put it in your timeline. So I'm working on a video at the moment which is coming to YouTube hopefully tomorrow, which is going to be based around me cleaning my iMac out and cleaning the dust out of it and reinstalling 10.8. so I'm going to be just using that as an example to get us started in this project. Okay, so what we see here, we've got 3 tabs here. We've got new project, open project and help, and what we're going to do is concentrate on new project. So if we just double click on new project, we get presented with this box here. So your title, space area, horizontal, leave all this the same as default. The only one you want to change is this one here, if you want to work with HD, and it's not giving me the option to work with HD. And I don't know why that is, guys, because I've used this before. Anyway, we'll just keep it to this for now, and we'll use that as a template. If we look here, we're given options to quality options basically for our videos. So basically the one I always stick to is 1080p Pro 24 frames a second. So we'll stick with that. Stick your title in here, what you want to call it. So I'm going to call mine iMac clean, and just click OK. When you click OK, it's just going to load up Premiere Pro for us, as we've got Premiere Pro here. Okay, so it's quite a bit of so it's going to be, I need codecs, so that's probably why. Just install my codecs. Sorry about this, guys, it's quite funny actually. That's probably why I couldn't change it to DV, because I haven't done the update. I've just literally installed this one, so that's why I wanted to do a tutorial on this one. Install codecs, you must restart. Okay, so we're going to restart that. Boogity boo. So let's go back into Premiere Pro. Cool, you've been learning how to do an update as well. How about that, guys? So we're just going to go back into Premiere Pro now, and we're going to see if it's giving me the option to go in HD. So let that load up for a sec. Isn't it wonderful? All my tutorials seem to go wrong at the start, but I suppose that's what's fun about it. So by the looks of it, it's loading all my new codecs. That's probably why it's taking long to load, because it's loading up all my new bits and pieces I've just downloaded very quickly. So we'll just install that very quickly. Let that do its thing. So normally it takes about 2 seconds to load, this does. So it's going through it all here. So how about that? This tutorial's turned into an added bonus because you've seen how to do an update. Okay, so we'll start again and we'll do a new project. And look, it's given me the option for HDV. So we'll select on that, guys. Give yourself a title, I'll put it test here. Click OK. And then we can do ProRes here. So we go to HDV, and I'll keep it to 24 frames per second, 720p should be fine. I want to call it iMac Deep Clean, and click OK. Right, fantastic. Right, now, so we're presented with this window. This is your default window for Final Cut. Adobe Pro, Premiere Pro, and we've got some options here. We've got File, Edit, Project, Clip, Sequence, Marker, Title, Window, Help. So what we're going to do is we're going to concentrate on importing some clips. So I'm going to come up here to File, click on Import, and then basically I'm going to find the videos that I want to import. So I know I've got a couple of videos lying around, so this is basically my tutorial on the iMac cleanup. So I just want to just make sure all my videos are here. I'm missing one video, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for that first, and I'll show you how easy it is to do. I'm just going to, this is my second drive, so I'm just going to look for it. So it's my video backups here. This is when I've done my clean install. I just want to open it up so I can see the bits better. So this is the one I want to install. This is like my opening sequence, and what that will do, that will bring it here. So all you want to do is basically get your video and just drop it to the timeline like that, and it will bring it into this window here. Right, now obviously if we can use a scrubber to go backwards and forwards like that, and we can also, if we double click, we can crop the video as well, like so we can make the video smaller, larger, or basically put it in place. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it to about 50%, so I can just basically see what I'm doing here. So I've got the rest of my clips to import, so I'm going to import all them. And this is the beauty about Premiere Pro, you can actually import in bulk. So if I drag all of these and open it, it'll add it straight here. But what I can do now, because it's highlighted, I can just grab that lot and it'll link it all for me. Done. Like so. So basically this bar here will shrink your timeline for you, so you can basically see your workflow. You can right click and you can add sort of intro sequences, titles and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a little title. This video you will see on YouTube tomorrow, so basically we're going to be doing it together. So we're going to fit it down, but what I'm going to do, guys, is you can, if you get this, you can just drag the window over and just drag it down slightly, so you can make your video a lot bigger, like so. So right, so that's all put together now, and what we're going to do is we're going to add a little title. So we're going to come down to title, new title, and then we're going to call default still. We don't want to roll because that's like credits going up the screen, so we're going to click on that. You can title it by intro, and it'll bring up this box here, basically with my picture, and then you've got all your, you can actually make this box bigger as well if you just drag from the corner down, and then you can drag this up so you can see all your little templates. So I'm going to find a template now, something that's nice. What one should we go for, guys? That's quite nice, so we'll just select that one, and then what you want to do is just put it in a box, and I'm just going to call it iMac Deep Clean. Press enter for the next line. iMac Deep Clean. Okay, so that's alright. So now when you've got that there like that, you want to come up here to your arrow, and that will allow you to place it in the position you want, and you can also use all these for your font. So I can make it bold, I can make the text bigger if I want, and then I can just place it wherever I want. So I'm actually happy with that. That looks okay, it looks fine, deep clean. Also, these are your colours, so you can sort of change the radiance of the colours. If you look at the bottom here, you can see as I drag this, it gives it a nice little bit of a red, and then I can bring the yellow down like that to give it just a lovely little effect. And you can also change your colours as well. So if I click this, I can put this here to about, let's go to a red, a nice red, and bring that down there, alright, that'll do. And then I can make the top bit like that. So that's quite nice, so we'll keep that. Now once you've done it, all you have to do is click out the box with the X, like that, and that will basically drop it in your timeline right there under intro. So basically what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to, because I don't want it on top of my video, if I drag over all the video clips, I can move that over, like so, get my intro, drag it down, don't forget to make the timeline bigger, so you can actually see it, and then I can drag make it smaller again, and then I can get all my videos like so, highlight them like that, and then guys we can join them together like so. So now when we play, we've got a little bit of credits, but what I'm going to do is we're going to figure out, we're going to put a little effect here for us. So we're talking. Obviously there's no sound because it hasn't been rendered yet, guys. Remember, you won't get sound until it's been rendered. In Premiere Pro cs6 it renders in the background, which is fantastic. I should have really done this tutorial on that, but this is fine anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here to effects, we're going to go down here to video transition, and we're going to pick ourselves a little bit of like a transition just to add to our title. I'll just make that a bit bigger like that so I can see it. 3D cube, we've got dissolve, so we get this dissolve, and all we have to do is grab it and drag it, one at the start, one at the end. So now it'll fade in like that. So when we play it, it'll fade in like that. But obviously you don't want this intro to be too big, so we're gonna bring this down just a touch. Actually we'll leave it like that so it's a nice long intro like that, and it'll fade straight like that. Now once we've done that, we need to render it, okay? And because this is a pretty long video, what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to pause this, render it, and then I'll come back to you when it's rendered. Right, okay, so we're rendering now, and one thing I forgot to tell you guys before I pause the video is how to start your rendering, which was a bit silly. So basically what you want to do, when this box is not here and you're all ready, you want to come up to sequence. This will all be in black obviously, so you can select it, and you want to come down here and render entire work area, and basically that will render your audio and your video both together. So we are halfway through the rendering process, and what I'll do is I'll pause the video and come back when it's rendered. Right, so we're coming right to the end of the rendering process, and that's done. Do remember, rendering is not exporting for beginners, so it's totally different.
Sort of sit in my back garden for this.
So as you can see, we've rendered and we've got sound as well, which is great. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add one more bit of effects right at the end of this to fade it out, and let's have a look at color correction. So we're basically going to have a look, we've got Hollow Matrix here as well, which is part of After Effects. It's a fantastic plugin, but unfortunately it doesn't work on CS6. That's why I've got After Effects CS5 and Premiere Pro CS5 as well, just in case you're wondering. So let's go to color correction, and let's just sort out the brightness and contrast. So when we double click, basically we just go up here to the control center, and then we're basically going to have a little play around with our color correction. So we're going to grab this and we're going to drop it on top of our clip like so. And that will do its thing. Right, so that's loaded in. Brightness and color corrections, always remember that it's quite intense stuff that you're doing. So I just want to bring my brightness down just a touch because this fence is blue, and just bring it up just a touch like that, and you can sort of repeat the process on all your videos. So once it's done, we can open that up, drag the timeline to the place where we want to go with my wife, and we can just bring brightness down. Alright, just bring it down, bring the contrast just up a little bit, and you just basically go through your videos bring the contrast down on that bit, but don't do it without adding the colour correction first. Now we drop that on, open it up, bring the contrast down, and that, maybe bring the brightness down just a bit. You've got your blur and sharpen, you've got your adjusts, you've got your watercolours, and you've got your levels, which are quite good. But I'm just going to keep it to that because it's just a tutorial. I don't want to do too much to it because it's fine the way it is. But if I was doing something a little bit more serious, then I would work on, like if I was doing a feature, I would then fix the colour correction and stuff like that, and that's absolutely fine. So, once you've got everything done and it's all rendered, don't forget to render it like I say, because if you don't render it and you go to export it, you're going to have no audio, okay, or you're going to have bits missing. So always remember to render it first by going to sequence and render entire work area. It all depends how long your video is. This took about 4.5 minutes to render a 20-minute video, which is not bad, but obviously always remember the longer your production, the longer it's going to take to render. Okay, so once we've done that, we're going to come up to File, and we're going to go down to Export, and we're going to come up to here, Media, and we're just going to click on that. And what that does is this opens this box here, and this will basically have all your export settings for the quality of the video. So if I go up to QuickTime, I always do mine in this one, H.264. It's already got my title. I'm going to change this one, and we're going to come down, and because it's for YouTube, I'm going to try and find YouTube quality. So that's standard definition, this is high definition, so we'll just click on high definition. So that's perfect aspect ratio. Also, I want to change the, if I just drag this up, make the window bigger, I want to change the standard TV settings to power because I'm in the UK, but then I want to put this to 1280. Actually, just change that back to YouTube HD and keep that. Why is it doing that? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually leave that like that, but I'm going to put it in HD TV 720p. Save a lot of crap. And then this will be 1280 by 720, and I'm going to drag that up to 1280, so double click on that, 1280 by 720, and I'm going to block that like that, so that's fine. Always check everything before you start rendering. Check your audio levels, make sure you've got exactly what you want. So if you want 5.1 surround sound, stereo, your kilobits, and then all we do is when we want to export, we just click on this one here. Now this is obviously a longer process, exporting your project, but when it's done, it's well worth it. So I'm just going to keep that like that for now, and then I'm just going to click on export, and then what that will do is that will bring this window here and it will start to export, and that's basically it really. Once it's exported, it will go to wherever your output folder is. It's usually within the Adobe folder, that's where you'll find it. Yeah, so that's it. Next tutorial is going to be around Premiere Pro cs6, so basically you can see the difference between the two. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. I've had a couple of hiccups in this tutorial, which is quite funny, but hey, I don't prepare for these sort of things, so it's all good fun. Okay, so I'll see you in the next tutorial, which is going to be about Premiere Pro cs6, and I'll show the difference between the two.